Wait a minute, folks. Let's start that shit over. That shit was extra groovy. I don't know why, but that shit was extra groovy just now. Yeah, but that shit was extra groovy, wasn't it? Well, that nigga sleep. Fuck that. Extra groovy. What's up? We gonna start that over. That shit was groovy as shit. I don't like being alone. Come on, y'all. None of us like being alone. You got to do something about it. I don't like it. Good evening, folks. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Man, uh, I notice I get a lot of people who come up on here and don't support, don't put a like, don't share. Hell, some people just watch just to hate watch. Nah. But like, share, subscribe, and if you can, donate to the channel. Donate to all your Manosphere channels. The more you donate, the more we know our content is actually effective. And whatever you want us to talk about, I'm pretty sure any content creator, if you put the content you want us to speak on with a donation, your wish is going to be their command. So, today's topic, the new face of rebellion. Uh, I'm just going to tell you, this new face of rebellion is something it's wild. It's definitely wild. And I'm going to tell you why. Think of what Black women have done in the last month, from July to August. And this ain't picking on anybody, this is just giving commentary. But I've noticed you're the only women that would literally get the opportunity to speak to a former sitting president, a current presidential candidate, and talk to him so disrespectfully, like he's a child. Like you're going to teach him a lesson or mommy him. I think that's very interesting. And when he pretty much, even though a lot of people are not going to admit it, when he pretty much presidentially maneuvered around the conversation, you got mad and said, oh, he's being racist, which he was not. You embarrassed yourself for the whole world to see. What happened to decorum? Only one out of three of those ladies actually had some sense to talk to him like he was a sitting president or a presidential nominee. And you know what the worst part about that whole situation was? Dude, it looked hella presidential. Dude looked hella presidential. And here's the bad part about it. You caused it. You caused it. Have you ever heard of the old saying, let sleeping dogs lie? Don't wake a sleeping giant. You woke the sleeping giant and you saw how he can actually interact with people who are showing nothing but hostilities towards him, and he maneuvered through it very perfectly. Presidential. You made Trump stock grow even more. It's like what the Black Manosphere said about Trump. The more you kept putting his trial on TV, the more he was getting free publicity. And by the way, who was the prosecutor for that trial? Just put it in the chat's a female. And what happened? Your business got put out there. You got shown up. Rebellion. Literally the face of rebellion. But once we say that, think think about this. Think about this. You put all that business out there just for you to get exposed. That's for the rebellious creatures. You got to go above and beyond. And I love every second of it, man. Believe it or not, I do. Believe it or not, I do. Because you're that keeps on giving, and you'll give guys in my space endless, insurmountable, incalculable studies, content, and you will build the black manosphere on the bones of your rebellious ignorance. Let's go even further, right? You didn't even ask Trump anything substantial when you could have got the first questions off the break. Should have been Project 2025. You literally waited to the end. Matter of fact, let's not even go there. You showed up a half an hour, damn near an hour late to a former sitting president. Would you have done this to Obama? But then again, knowing your rebellious nature, you probably would have. Hold on, folks. I'm back. And you're right. You're right, Louis Collier. The Black Manosphere is a time capsule for black female fuckery. And that's why they don't like it. Let's go in depth with that one. You get a former sitting head of state, head of government, former president, and you can't even show up on time. You're actually show up 30 minutes, an hour late, and then have the audacity to complain about, well, you're taking long to answer, well, you took long to start, and then you have shoddy equipment on blast. And about a week later, you had a candidate they hide, the candidate they said that could debate. Look at what you did when you actually ran for president. You didn't win not one nomination, not one state, not one anything when you were there. So when people vote for you and say that you're presidential or you're ready for the position or you've been trained, some people been lying through their goddamn teeth for the sake of rebellion, the pure sake of rebellion. Now, you didn't even though Kamala was supposed to be there, but you tried to ambush Trump, and it didn't work. If anything, it made him better. Let's go even further down the bricks. Your Democratic presidential nominee who got thrust into position because actually the old guy ain't what he used to be. Think about that. Old guy ain't what he used to be, so they put the old chick in there, and she's not presidential. She's not what it's supposed to be. Hmm. I want you to think about that. This lady has been protected by media, hidden by her administration, afraid to go toe to toe with other political candidates because she's not only the master of double talk, she's literally the master of the quadruple. If you ask her a direct question, she's going to try to back talk the shit out of you. But this is what black women want you to vote for. But the face of rebellion does not know any bottoms. Somebody who can't even answer you directly. What's the old saying? As long as they're not Trump. How many times are we going to get the as long as we're not Trump? How long does that last? When is she going to talk about real issues? She even told you flat out, I'm not doing anything particular for black people. But she's black, right? Mm, 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 mm. Once a sucker, always a sucker. She gets on, she gets up there live to tell you sometimes there's a difference between being tough and a bitch. Mm, it throws it in your face. But this is the key point of rebellion. You get Meg the Stallion and her crew the, in Atlanta to twerk on stage while you're doing a presidential conference and speech. At some point, even Quavo Well, whoever the fuck it was who was on stage, even though his reading comprehension was quite lacking, at least he tried to be intelligent and cordial. At least he tried to have some decorum. This is what you want: rebellion, total rebellion. You want to be strong and independent, but want to use somebody else's money. I mean, something does have to give. You know what I'm saying? Something does have to give. I want you to realize something. What is it going to take for you to be told and to know that you were told this before? Is it going to have to take you falling on your face in the black manosphere just saying, I told you so? And the sad part is, you got a lot of men who support the fuckery. You got a lot of the men who support this shit. Well, Kamala, she's ready, and she's got 3 points. No, no, no. Stop going for the polls. Why would you vote for somebody who put you in this type of economy? If you're telling me that Biden and Kamala Harris and this whole administration has done anything that was well and profitable to the American public, you are just a liar. You're not even being facetious. You're just lying. You're just cold blooded lying. When you got people complaining about immigrants coming over and they're getting like what, $14,000 in money per month, 4,000 in food stamps, but you got Americans who could barely afford to put food in the refrigerator, and you have some content creators, not naming names, you probably know who it is, saying that these motherfuckers are doing a great job. Are you absolutely shitting me? Are you shitting me? Are you absolutely shitting me? And if you can't tell me the fucking truth by now, as a intelligent adult human being, then why should I take your word as golden? Why should I? Why should I take your word as golden? And do me a favor, everybody. Make sure that you go to my channel and make sure it says you got all my notifications. Make sure that dark bell is covered because obviously YouTube is doing some fugazi shit with our channels. Make sure you got the white bell that rings that, and make sure that you can click on it to say you get all my notifications. I want to put this out there. More in depth into the rebellious side. I never seen a group of women say, I can't find a man, but you constantly say that you're independent. When you're independent, that means self sufficient by yourself. That's where you, by default, by default, are not looking for any help. You don't want a man. You're not going to respect him. You know the statistics of being a single mother and what they bring, but out of pure rebellion, what do you do? What do you do? Just out of spite and rebellion, you choose the complete opposite. You choose to have children out of wedlock. You choose to be by yourself. You have total control of the child bearing process. And what do you do with it? You squander it. You use it to manipulate men. You go to the court saying, oh, I'm doing all this by myself. And all you wanted, you didn't want a family, you just wanted a meal ticket. It shows in your everyday activities, it shows in your politics. You want all the benefits to yourself. You don't even, you don't even let your boys get ahead. Your sons. As soon as somebody said we're going to do something for black boys, what did all the political pundits state? The number one barrier to black boys' development were black women and politics. Because you're in rebellion. There's nobody you think that's worthy to respect. If presidents come in front of you, you're acting like a bunch of wild, uncouth bitches. But at the same time, the same black boys you disenfranchise, you want to wait until they're men and think they're supposed to save you from your poverty. But then you have the audacity to claim that they're seditious traitors when they choose women of other races and cultures. I mean, really, take that into consideration, dude. Take that in mass consideration. I want you to think about this shit. Take that in consideration. You want the people that you're least loyal to save you. How ridiculous is that? How ridiculous is that? The same men and boys you mistreat, you want them to protect you and provide for you. Something's got to give. I'm supposed to do all this fancy shit, and what do I get in return? Your content, your contentment. You're goddamn content. You could even say we want jobs for black men so we can marry more men on our level, so we can rebuild families. Nope. It's always what you get out of it. But we're supposed to be the ones who are chivalrous. Hmm. Hmm. But what happens when black men start to give you their indifference? Hmm. No one ever talks about that. No one ever talks about that. When black men start giving up indifference, hmm, that's when niggas get scared. When black men, this may not happen because we have a lot of simps in our community, but I would love to see black men vote at a 50% rate for Trump or whomever, just to show the world that we a different Negro. Just to show the world we ain't them niggas. Because obviously loyalty ain't give a shit. Sure, seditious traitors. We're called bullet bags of our own women. We're called nasty little things. But still supposed to save you. Still supposed to build families with you. But all of you get upset when we start asking the questions. Fuck we get out of it. What you mean get something out of it? You should do this from the kindness of your heart. And who's ever done that? Mm-hmm. Uh, for what? What do we get out of it? So what happened if we start thinking about our interests? Would we be called the heroes? So what happens? Did you? What happens? I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. Goodbye, black community. Goodbye, being a hero. Goodbye to being a patsy. It's over. Like my man said, it's over. Well, who's going to want you? Remember when they used to say nobody else going to want your ass? And now you're seeing that everybody wants you? See, the biggest lie is that people don't want you to find out how valuable you are in the scheme of things. Once you start telling those stories, once you're looking at them indifferently, what happens? What happens to the slave that starts to see salvation? What happens to the slave once he smartens up? That's the greatest fear of the black community. That this place ain't for you. Black men were never supposed to have dreams. If it didn't include a black woman, you were never supposed to have it. Did you know that? You know, people fight tooth and claw for that hope of freedom. What happens when that black man says, I will be your slave no longer? What happens when more and more black men start waking up to that treachery? Hmm. See, the biggest trick ever is expecting you to always be in your subservient spot. The biggest trick ever. Not one goddamn time. Not one goddamn time did they say, hey, you guys been loyal to us. You died in the streets for us. We're going to fight for you. No. You've allowed people outside of our race to benefit more than we do. You gave affirmative action away. What's up, Snowman? You gave affirmative action away. That was supposed to be for your man and your sons and your grandsons. But you joined for that white woman and allow her to take what black men fought for. And then you got the nerve to complain black men don't want to work. Hmm. Maybe I might get my fucking 100+ live viewers. I'm gonna tell you, it was very shameful to have 4,000+ viewers, and I can't even get 100 people watching live. I got 4,000 subscribers. That shit pisses me off. But back to the story. You're the symbols of rebellion, so much so that the feminist movement modeled their movement after black women. You cry about being single parents. You cry about your men are no good. But what type of men do you pick? What type of men do you pick? I'm going to ask this again. What type of men do you pick? You pick a bunch of the lousiest motherfuckers you can. And the only reason you will help that, and I mean the only reason, is so when you get into an argument, you're going to throw it right back in his face to humble him. I want you to think about that. Only to throw it in their faces to humble them. I know I'm talking slow, but I just want people to really empathize what's being said. Your rebellion is put on full display, and it's embarrassing. And you think it's cute and powerful until the world shows you something differently. Think about that. If Trump wins, which probably more likely he will, what if that was the one scene that causes him? I ain't gonna do shit for these people. They're ungrateful bastards. You never know what type of complications and consequences your behavior may have down the fucking line. But look at it. You talk to people in power like this and think you expect something from them. I want you to really be serious about this shit. I want you to be totally serious about this shit. Why do you got some of the loudest, most ignorant motherfuckers representing the whole fucking community? You're going speaking to people in power like you lost your fucking minds. That man has all right. You lucky that I'm not running for president. I'll be like, oh, this is the way I get treated. Fuck y'all. Seriously. Fuck you. What's the old saying? Be careful of the hand that feeds you. It might be the ass you got to kiss later. Very quickly. This is the reason why we're going to have to build ourselves as a separate voting and political entity because that is going to look like that shit represents all of us. When we could just say, nah, them bitches are in rebellion. Just pure rebellion. And we need to stand up against it and say, that is not us. And shout out to Angry Man because he makes a very good point. The same people who yelled, they are not, they are not up, not like us, are the same people that are saying Kamala's for black people. Kamala's black. I think she's a chameleon, personally. Same motherfuckers that try to say Drake ain't black will confirm Kamala being black. And for all you people who are black by one parent and you have another parent of another culture or race, guess what? They don't like you. What about that video in the hair store with the light skinned chick? They don't like you. They don't like you. This is the most divided, indecisive bullshit that you'll ever see. It's just pure rebellion. Drake ain't black, but Kamala is. Make up your mind. Which one is it? And who allowed these motherfuckers to determine blackness? When you're the number one motherfuckers who get the hair like white women. Think about it. The reason why they're all overweight. Rebellion. It's just a number. It's the number one reason why. Constant what? Rebellion. Shit's not cute. It's the whole trope about, oh, there's no good black men. Really? I see plenty. What's your problem? Well, No, no, no. Just say that no good black man wants to fuck with you. Maybe if you didn't have this such rebellious spirit, things probably would go your way. Here it is. You could tell when it's open rebellion when they can't even tell you the faults they made in relationships. Think about that. Think about that. You go and talk to a chick and ask her, tell me about your last relationship. Oh, well, we just hit a bump. Okay. What part did you play in the breakup? If she can't tell you or she thinks she's perfect or didn't do anything wrong, she's probably the reason why this shit broke up. Because at that point, she's being fucking delusional. I want you to think about that. Pure rebellion. Cuss you out, blame you for shit. But I didn't do anything wrong in a relationship. Why should we be with you again? Why should we save you again? But yet, we still got too many simp enforcers to come out, especially when you're not even talking to them. Will come out and try to say good things about these hoes, and you know these hoes ain't right. You know it, but you think these women are right. Well, I only just worry about me and mine. Well, you better start worrying about the outward world as well, because guess what? Do you have sons? Did you teach your son to avoid women like this? 9 out of 10, no. Y'all love the fact that a lot of these dudes out here with no experience, butt naked with a shoestring, messing with the most ratchetest bitches ever. What are you supposed to get out of it? You don't even get devotion. You don't even get a cooked meal. You don't even get a bowl of cereal. That's the disrespectful part of it. Hmm. I don't even know what to say anymore. The rebellion is not going to stop. I keep telling y'all, this election is going to be very profound because you're going to see where a lot of your family and friends stand compared to you. And all these guys out there who talk big shit, let's see where they stand if they openly tell them who they're supporting or what party they're voting for. That tells you the brave versus the phony right there. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and donate if you can. The Cash App's and the ticker. Can't even get a home cooked meal anymore out of this shit. Uh, I wanna put this last bug in your ear. Why are you so concerned of saving everybody else when everybody else been climbing on your back? Everybody else throws you in the mud, use you as the foundation to build everything. Why would you save something that says they're the backbone of the community? The backbone is supposed to have strength. If the black woman in this community is the backbone, then we got fucking scoliosis. Why would you want to be with somebody who wants to be the picture of power, the picture of strength, not elegance, not resilience, power and strength? Keep trying to save them. You're gonna fall flat on your face. Till next time, folks. I'm out. Woo.